Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up a live link for Metahuman from Maya to Unreal Engine. And for this feature, you need some scripts that I'm going to make it available to you for free. You can use. And because many of you may not be familiar where to start, I'm going to show you how you can download the Metahuman and everything from scratch very quick. So in order to download the Metahuman, you first need to make a Metahuman in Metahuman Creator, which you can find a lot of tutorials on YouTube. And after you made your Metahuman, we still need you to use Quicksilver Bridge standalone version, not the Unreal version, because Unreal version supposedly right now you can't download, you can export to Maya, but we can use the old version. It says for Metahuman for Unreal 4, but it still works with Unreal 5, no problem. So before exporting, you need to, of course, download. And for download, you need to make sure that you have selected U asset plus source asset. And for export, you can select which application you want to export to. And I'm going to select Maya, and you just press on this button. Right now I'm using Maya 2020, but it will work for 2022 without any problem. But there is a catch about 2022. You need to change the color management to legacy for Metahuman if you are using Metahuman for 2022 to see the color as 2020. Anyway, I'm going to export it, and it's exporting to Maya. It is asking me if I want to import the character. Yes, and I'm going to pause the video and back to you very quick. So now we have the Metahuman inside Maya, and now let's export the Metahuman to Unreal 5. And in order to export the Metahuman in Unreal 5, the bridge application, the standalone, does not provide an export option, but we can copy it. So I'm going to make an empty project for this tutorial, and I'm going to make an empty project and calling it maybe Unreal 2 and LiveLink, because I already have a folder. So this is an empty project, and after making the empty project, we need to open the content folder, which we right click on the content folder and select show in Explorer. And here's the content folder. And from Quicksilver Bridge, we go to the files, and here it is. And we copy the Metahuman folder. And here it is, content folder, paste. And after that, we have our Metahuman. You need to open the Metahuman once, so it will install all the missing plugins. And as you can see, as soon as I open it, it is asking me if I want to install the plugins, and it needs a restart. And here it says if I want to save control ignore it. I don't want to save it. So opening Unreal and opening the blueprint, the character blueprint again. As you can see, it is loaded. Yeah, and let's have this character in the scene, and let's set up the LiveLink for this character. So before setting up LiveLink for Maya, actually let me check if I have LiveLink plugin. I have LiveLink plugin, but if you want to download the LiveLink plugin, now you can download it from Autodesk, and it's not from Epic Games anymore, but you have to download it from Autodesk website. So now I'm going to set up the LiveLink for Metahuman. And before going further, I have a script for rigging the character, which I had like some months ago. I provided this script, and the link is in the description. And by this script, you can rig the character with HIK or human IK. So I'm going to run the script, and my character is rigged. Now, the second script that is new, this script actually reorder the skeleton of the face and change the blend shape names. It is like almost it is 681 blend shape that need their name to be changed in order to work with LiveLink. So I'm copying the script and paste and assign, maybe save it. LiveLink, and here. Now I'm going to set up LiveLink. From File menu, Unreal LiveLink. Now in the new version, you can select if you want to use Unreal 5 or Unreal 4. So I'm selecting Unreal 5. In order to LiveLink working, we need to select a few elements to add here. First, after running the script, is this joint, which is called root. I'm going to add it. And then DH body root, I'm going to add this one too. And also the face, I'm going to add this one too, and set this to full hierarchy. I'm going to Unreal, and the first thing to set up the Unreal LiveLink, we need to go to Windows, Virtual Production, LiveLink, and Source, and Message Bus. And actually, yeah, because I'm using a VPN, you should, stop using VPN, so LiveLink is working. LiveLink doesn't work with VPN. If you have this problem, you should be aware of that. So after we have Maya LiveLink here, we are going to set up the face and body to work with LiveLink. So I'm going to open the blueprint of the character again. And first I'm going to body. So let's Unreal to import. Let's allow Unreal to import all the necessary textures. And I'm going to open the body double clicking on the body, and so it's still importing. I'm waiting. Maybe I should pause it. No, it's done. Okay, double click on body, and I'm going to type post for post-processing animation blueprint. And right now it is using a blueprint, post-process blueprint. And I'm going to tell you what does this blueprint do. And actually, if you are using Maya, you should permanently disable this blueprint. So right now it's using its own blueprint, right? So I'm going to make a new blueprint for this body. So I select the body and open up and here is a bug in Unreal. Sometimes you press on this icon and it doesn't show up the element. To fix that, you just have to open up the task manager once and close it, and if you do it again, it should fix the problem. Actually, maybe task manager again, it is like yeah, I'm sorry, this is another bug, but yeah, you should select another folder to make it running. Anyway, here we have the body. Right click on the body, create an in blueprint, and I'm going to call it body live link. Okay, now I'm going to add a note, a live link pose, and assign it to the output. And I'm going to select for the body, I'm going to select DH body root and compile, save. And now I'm going to go to the body and assign the post-process blueprint body live link. Save. And now for face, I'm going to select the face, and for the face, actually, we need the blueprint still. So if you want to use LiveLink for now, but remember, later you have to assign face post process after you are done with LiveLink. So I'm going to make a new LiveLink for the face. So selecting the face here, create an in blueprint and face live link, and adding live link pose. And we actually need two of them. So I'm duplicating one of them and I'm assigning them together. And so I'm going to pause the video and back to you very quick. So now for the face, we need to select two elements. The first one is going to be root, and the second one is the head mesh. And compile and save. And you should go to the face blueprint and assign face live link to the post process blueprint, which I already assigned it. Saving it. And now if you take a look at the character in blueprint, you can see it is following the Maya pose. And in order to make it following um, in the viewport, you need also to add a sequencer from here, add a level sequence, and assign the character to it. And now it is following the Maya. And so in Maya, right now, if I move the rig, it is not going to update. In order to make it update, you have to change the timeline. This is the sad thing about LiveLink right now. And I hope that they will fix it in the upcoming versions. So if you have an animation, because timeline is running with animation, of course, it is going to be updated. As you can see, I can see my animation in both Maya and Unreal. Also, the same thing for the face. As you can see, it's not getting updated until there is a timeline change. But for animation, of course, it will update. So let's talk about animation. But before that, I need to mention that I tried to find a solution for this flickering hoodies, but I couldn't find. And please, if you can find a solution, leave it in the comment. So let's back to Maya, and I'm going to add, by the way, right now the rig is kind of slow. I will have a complete rig script, so it won't be slow. I will fix this slowness in the upcoming months. I will release a script to rig a Metahuman without this issue. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, so you will have the updated script. Anyway, right now you can actually use the lower LOD for make the rig a little faster, and also for the head we are going to use LOD4. I guess is going to be fine. And as you can see now, it's a little bit faster, but it's still not fast enough. And so, by the way, you don't need to have used HIK. You can use other rigs, including advanced skeleton, which doesn't have this problem. But HIK is very good for motion capture that we are going to use it for. So in Mixamo, I'm going to download this motion capture, which is hip hop dance. I don't remember what is the name. Anyway, I'm going to download it. So we don't need skin without skins, 30 frames. And let's download it and use the motion capture. And I'm going to drag the FBX file into the Maya scene. And here it is. It has animation. And I'm going to select the skeleton and right click on it and assume preferred angle, so it will be on T stand and I can characterize it. And from Windows, Animation Editor and Human IK, window, I can add a new character and select this joint and click on this icon. And for there is a thing that you need to be aware, because there are other skeleton because there are other joints with the same name. Sometimes human IK getting confused, and you should select hierarchy. And when you select this tool, you select HIK and you select match only selected bone, so it only pick up the bones on the selected joints, not the bones on the other character. So I'm going to lock it, and from character 1 I'm going to select character 2 as source. And always you have to fix fingers on layers, because there is no standard for the fingers, and always you have some adjustment for the finger, and it's easy to do. I'm going to bake it. So it takes a while. I'm going to stop the video for now. And as you can see, actually the character is updating here too. So let's do something while it's updating. I mean, the physics of the undercloth is going crazy, and it's maybe better to disable the physics for the cloth. And I can disable it. And so it's baked. After baking the animation, we don't need the other character, and we're going to delete it. So it's baked on the control rig, and I'm going to delete the other character, which is character 2. Delete it, and also delete the skeleton. Now I'm going to add the rig, the control rig, to an animation layer, and selecting body part and straightening the fingers, and add a key also for the other hand. Add a key here. It should be fine. Now, as you can see, we just solved the finger issue, of course. Let's make this right too. So we can play the animation and we can see it. Let's have it loop, and let's enabling loop, and let's see it updating in Unreal. As you can see, it's working. So as you can see, sometimes it seems that the cloth and the head are not updating at the same time. This is an issue with the LiveLink, but it is still very usable. I forgot to. Yeah, this is the loop. And I will find a solution to that, and I will tell you guys how to fix this issue. For now, it seems that the head is updating a few milliseconds different, has a different update. time rather than the body. So now I'm going to add some facial animation to it. So maybe she's smiling while she's dancing. On object mode, and also you can turn on this so the GUI will follow. Actually, I'm on layer and I should go to the base animation, key, and smile, or maybe having this too. I mean, I'm just adding some animation to show you how you can maybe some blinks. And I can copy it a few times. Maybe I remove the smile after a while. I just want to show you how you can copy it. I accidentally copied the controller. And okay, now let's see it. As you can see, here's our animation preview. We can add a little bit more blinking to make it more interesting. Now, let's say we are happy with the animation and we want to export the animation to Unreal. So in order to exporting the animation, I'm going to select the body. It doesn't matter if it is another LOD, and export selection, and to the Unreal folder, and calling it body exporting. And also we need to make sure that while you're exporting, you also check baked animation, because right now it is on controlling and there is no animation on skeleton and you want to bake it. And Maya can bake the animation while exporting. Just to show you the option, here it is, export selection and bake animation. Here it is. You should check this checkbox. And for the face, we actually select the control rig because we don't want to export the face. It's going to be a big file. And control rig and export selection, and I'm going to call it face. And actually we don't need to bake it, but anyway, let's bake this one too. Anytime you are exporting animation, it's a good idea to bake the animation tool, so to make sure that you are having one-to-one animation with Maya and Unreal. And now I also forgot to tell you how you can add camera to your scene, which after importing the animation I will tell you how to use that camera too. So now let's import the animation, and I'm going to make a new folder, animation, and importing the animation. and LiveLink here, face and body. Actually, body, we are not going to import the face, body, and select MetaHuman base skeletal and check animation, import animation, and import it. So now we can remove the LiveLink. And how to remove the LiveLink? For the body, we can go to the body, and here is the body. Actually, the body here it is, no, let's have it, body here, and just clear the post-process blueprint. And we don't need blueprint for the body. And let's explain what does the blueprint do. This blueprint, the post-process blueprint, actually is for the corrective joints. So for example, when you bend the knee, there are some other joints that trigger with that knee, and I can show you in Maya. These are show joints. We have the joints here. These are the corrective joint. Oh, I'm sorry. Corrective joint. As you can see, these guys are the corrective joints. They are triggered by the main joint, which is the knee, right? So the blueprint in Unreal is responsible for triggering these joints, but also this is going to happen in Maya too, but they are not one-to-one. They are slightly different, and Maya's version is way better than Unreal's version. So it deforms better, and for Unreal it has some weirdness in it. And so if you're using Maya's version, you should disable the Unreal version. And especially if you are simulating cloth, which your source is Maya, the simulation is based on your Maya version. And because it is different from your Unreal version, if you don't disable the blueprint, there will be penetration. So you always need to set this post-process blueprint to none if you are using Maya, okay? But for the face, because we are using the control rig, we need the blueprint, and the face is actually one-to-one with Maya, so we won't have a problem with the face. So I'm going to change the face to face post and in blueprint and save it. And for body, I'm going to save it. And now for the body, actually I can delete the control rig and add the animation, which is here. And as you can see here, we have a problem. And I realized the reason is that the LOD, other than LOD0, actually I think maybe the LOD1 is bind to the other joints, but the LOD that we had selected, the lower LOD is not bound to these corrective joints, and that's why we have this weird issue here. So if you are exporting the animation, you need to select LOD0 and export it. I exported already, and I'm going to re-import it again. Here is an animation folder, and I can just, because I exported on top of the other file, I override it, I can re-import it, and now it's going to import the correct animation for me. And also for the animation, we need to re-import, of course. It should work now. And as you can see, the problem is solved. Now we are going to import the face animation, and in order to import the face animation, you right click on the control rig and import control rig FBX, and here is the face animation. And this is the most important thing about importing the face animation. You need to select Metahuman control mapping for control mapping preset, otherwise it won't work. And I do it, and as you can see right now we have face animation with body animation. And actually let's set this to the end of the animation and enable looping so we can and as you can see we have the animation running in Unreal. And something else that I need to mention, and every time that you want to use LiveLink, you should change the post-process blueprint to LiveLink that we made. Anyway, now the last thing is camera. You can actually make a new camera, and you can make a new camera, or you can add the perspective one. It's right now I'm going to do the perspective, and LiveLink, here it is. And if you take a look at the LiveLink window in Unreal, we actually have the camera, the perspective camera, and you just need to make a camera, and on the detail we are going to add a LiveLink controller and select editor active camera. And right now if we switch to the camera, it is controlled by Maya's camera. Let's have this here. Actually, for some reason, editor active camera. This is that the right camera? Cinematic burner? Oh no, here it is. And here it is, because here, as you can see, the camera angle is not the same, and that's why it's looking a little different. And you can actually animate your camera here and export it to Unreal. And I will have more tutorials on LiveLink and how to make animation, and also tutorials on how simulate cloth in Marvel's Designer and have it as Alembic in Unreal Engine. So please stay tuned for the more scripts, and the rigging script that I'm providing for you guys that is going to solve the problem of slowness of the human IK rig. And thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.